Today, the moon is in Capricorn, and we are talking about getting organized from the perspective of your highest potential. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Monday, April 29th. Yesterday, I shared about a powerful alignment that's happening right now. Last night, Mars in late Pisces conjunct Neptune, so dissolving how we move, spreading it out into the great oneness and recognizing our own connection to all that is. As we think about who we're becoming and how we are going to move, especially as Mars heads into Aries as of tomorrow morning. So Tuesday morning, Mars goes into Aries, and at that point, we will need to be moving. And taking steps, right? Like a baby starting to walk. That's us stepping into our new beginnings, our new sense of self. So I highly recommend yesterday's video. If you missed it, the Sunday video on the Mars-Neptune conjunction on being and becoming, because I talked about how important it is to work with this Mars energy to connect with what your heart really wants and how that will inform you as you step into new ways of being with Mars heading into Aries. So watch yesterday's video if you missed it. And today we're going to add the piece about the moon being in Capricorn. So Capricorn is an earth sign. It is about structure. And so it is about how we organize, how we ground, how we lay foundations, make a plan, organize ourselves to create the things we want. So it's the part of the creative process that involves getting organized and creating a structure. Structure, right, is how we orient. It's what holds us up. It's what keeps us going. It's what keeps things in order. So we need to have an order so we know what the order is to establish order in. When we want to establish order, we need to know what it is. So that is, with the Capricorn moon, the invitation for us to get organized. And given that it is happening in the context of these planetary alignments we've been talking about, if you've been following me, we've followed through we've been following for months and months, right? Through all the moon cycles, and especially the ones heading into the potent Aries solar eclipse that was on April 8th. So really asking us to step into new beginnings, new ways of being, new directions for our life. New creative directions, new directions in terms of our identity, how we move, what it looks like and means to be our authentic selves, and really expanding into what that can look like that maybe we haven't been ready for yet until this point. So with the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, it's still very, very close to exact. It was exact on April 20th. Go watch my videos on that if you missed them, because this is a really important alignment, the beginning of a 14-year cycle that has to do with how we view ourselves, how we believe in ourselves, and expanding into new ways of seeing ourselves. So the combination of that with the Aries solar eclipse brings in this really potent energy. So of change, of stepping into our higher potential. And that's why we want to think about this particular Capricorn moon, waning moon, right? It's past the full moon. And it is in the moon cycle. We are in the moon cycle that began with that Aries solar eclipse. So we are still fulfilling the cycle of new beginnings and what that eclipse is bringing in. So with the Capricorn moon, we want to think about, how do we organize around that? How do we change our ways of being organized in order to be in alignment with what we are becoming? So the new self, the new you, what does the new you need in terms of structure? What kind of systems are going to support what you are becoming? How can you get organized in ways that are in alignment with the higher truth, the more spiritual, awakened truth that you are stepping into if you so choose? And so in yesterday's video, I talked about clouds and how they form raindrops. And so thinking about what is your organizing principle as you step into this new way of being. I want to be clear too that you know, not everyone is evolving. Let me be careful in how I word this, right? It's a choice is what I want to say. How we step into and whether we step into these new possibilities of who we can be. It's an opportunity, right? It's a train we don't have to get on unless we choose to. But if we don't, we might be more confused. So if we don't choose to step into new ways of being, new possibilities for ourselves, that's fine. We might just be letting that train go by. You know, it's like, okay, maybe I'll just stay here and hang out on the couch. And that's a choice, right? but we might be left with not a real clear sense of direction, not really knowing who we are. Things are opening in confusing ways, but because we're not making a choice, we're not really choosing the direction that we want this new opening to appear in. And so that's where our free will, I guess, comes in, right? Our own consciousness and our own ability to make choices for our lives. And so anybody tells you that astrology is about fate or is predetermined, that is absolutely not how I see it. I very much see it as it's this field of possibilities that is opening up for you. And so it's how you choose to make use of that or not. And that will help you to grow and expand. And that's what gives life meaning. So, so to really stay aligned with this feeling of being alive and of becoming, of healing, of growing, of attending to your own needs for care and nurturing, so you can grow and blossom. That's what gives meaning to our lives. That's how I see it, anyway. So, so thinking about this Capricorn moon as what in your life, where do you need support structures? Where do you need a plan or some foundations that are going to support what you are stepping into? That might look like just taking a little bit of time to organize your space, you know, clear some clutter and just say, hey, I'm clearing this space because this space is what supports me to be creative or to feel relaxed, or, you know, those are things that support what you're becoming completely. So maybe it's that, maybe it's making out a plan or filling in your schedule in a way that supports you, maybe changing how you do things in your daily schedule, or you know, something that serves you better. So just giving a little time and attention to the support structures in your life and how they serve, or maybe where they need a little bit of an upgrade or some attention, some fluffing your organizing systems. All right, that's what I've got for you today. I am Marina Orms, and you can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. I've got room on my calendar if you are interested in booking some time with me to dive deep into your chart and exploring how some of these changes are showing up for you, and how you can think about what's showing up in your life in the context of possibility and opportunity and what makes your heart sing. All right, check it out, astrologyheals.com. Thanks for being here. Thank you for subscribing and liking and commenting on these videos and sharing them with a friend. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.